Welcome back to ETS. We're going to talk about a concept today referred to as the seven circles of life. We've heard it in a few different books. It's referenced in the One Thing, it's referenced in a couple other books. But the one that comes up the most is the One Thing. Check it out in the resource library. There's a lot of different places that this shows up. John Maxwell's done a lot of work on it. It shows up in Virginia Satir's stuff, a lot of different places. We talked about in a different video, we talked about the power of who. Now it's relevant to here, right? It's relevant to here. So go back and watch that if you don't remember it. If you haven't practiced it, go back and watch that. Don't start this till you work on that. And here we go. The concept is there's 7 areas in your life. Generally 7 areas. You can rename a couple of them here and there, but this is pretty much the standard categories. And they're not listed in any particular order, but this is kind of how I list them for me, right? Up here at the top of the circle, my spiritual life. The circle of life is a spiritual life. Here's me in the middle. Spiritual at the top. Physical, financial, business, job. Notice there's a difference. Key connections or relationships, and personal life, right? We've also talked about work-life balance a little bit, and to where some people will completely separate these circles altogether, some will completely connect them. And again, go back to the power of who and how we do this. So here's the homework for this particular piece. This is where we start. We have the 7 circles of life: spiritual, physical, financial, business, job, key connections or relationships, and personal. On a scale of 1 to 10, write down all 7 circles on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being I am completely dissatisfied with how this circle is operating, and 10 being I am 100% convinced it is perfect on how this is operating. Okay? Rate yourself. Be honest with yourself. What is true right now in this, right? So you're going to rate yourself. So let's do it. Let's do it right now. Spiritual life. What would I rate myself? I'd give myself an 8 in spiritual. Physical. Right now, what would I give myself? If I'm being truthful, I'm going to give myself a 6 right now. Financial health. What am I doing financially? I'm going to give myself a 7. How am I doing in business? I'm going to give myself an 8 over here. That's an ugly 8, but I'm going to give myself an 8. My job, okay, welcome to the 2 hats. We talk about this a lot. In one case, I'm a business owner, and in the other one, I'm an employee. As a business owner, I'm doing 8. How am I doing as an employee? How am I performing on my commitments as an employee to my company? And if I'm being honest with myself, today, I would probably give myself a 6. Cool. Okay. Personal life. How am I doing in my personal life? How are things going over there? Yeah, really, I'd probably give myself a 9 in my personal life. And just how I feel about it. Key connections and key relationships. Those really important people in my life. How am I absolutely connecting with them? What am I doing there? I'd probably give myself an 8 thereabouts. Okay? Now, here's the strategy. Here's what we need to do. Can't fix it all at once. Can't fix it all at once. One thing at a time is what we need to do. We try to multitask. We know that's a lie. We try to multitask and do it all. Scores are probably going to go down across the board, right? Where's my biggest areas of opportunity here? Where's my biggest areas of opportunity to move that I can pick? Truth is, it's probably over here in physical. It's probably over here in my job. Okay? I had a 6 in physical and I had a 6 in job. I feel pretty good over here. Finance needs some more attention. I feel really good in my personal life. Could use some better key connections. Business owner, I could stand to do a little bit more on my discipline side. But physical and job are the 2 things. Here's the question. What can I do today to move this from a 6 to a 7 in physical? What can I do today as an employee in my company to move this from a 6 to a 7? What is the one thing? That's how you use this tool. Constantly reevaluate what's going on in your life. Here's the interesting part. Back to the power of who, right? It's not about what can I do today to feel physically better. Who right now is a role model for me in physical condition that I look up to that is running at a 7, 8, or 9? Who is that person, right? I know somebody that I think of. I got two people, right? One's going to be Jim Shockey. Love Jim. He's a great guy. The other one's probably Cameron Haynes. Are the people that are just, Cameron's in epic condition. He is physically like, he's good God. Cameron would be a really good one. All right, so who's a third person I would think of today that is in the condition that I'd want to be? Larry Wiseman, actually. Larry Wiseman. Okay, what are those guys doing today that they're 7, 8, or 9? You want to know the one thing that they're all doing today? Every one of those is probably walking 4 to 5 miles today. Every single one of those is probably walking 4 to 5 miles today. Cool. In order to get from a 6 to a 7, I need to get 10,000 steps in today. Plain and simple. I need to get 10,000 steps in today. That's how the power of who works, right? Who are the role models that are doing where I want to be? What are they doing that gets them where they want to go? All I have to do is emulate it if I'm not doing a thing. Follow that pattern. Do the same thing. So here's your homework for the week. Write down your 7 circles. Be honest. Rate yourself. Nobody is a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Nobody, right? You're not. Be honest with yourself. Don't be brutal. Don't be brutal. Nobody's doing a 3, right? Nobody's doing a 3. Be honest with yourself. And the goal is, what do I need to do to move this from a 7 to an 8, an 8 to a 9, a 6 to a 7, an 8 to a 9, 9 to a 10, a 6 to a 7. Take your biggest areas of opportunity. Who are the people you need to talk to today? Who could I actually call? Who could I actually connect with? You know, a lot of times in physical, it's hire a trainer. We hear that a lot of times. Cool. Do that. In your job, who is performing as a great employee that you could contact today, reach out, reconnect, and find out what they're doing that'll help motivate you from a 6 to a 7. That's the homework on how the 7 circles works. Do the homework. Rate yourself. What do I need to do? Put it on your calendar. Plug it in. Be purposeful. Go fight, win, guys.